Here we are working on the BMS system, which we have found to have a problem in it and is not allowing the batteries to provide sufficient voltage to the contactor onto the motor. We did various tests and determined that it was malfunctioning. So I have this evening successfully removed first the battery charger that was bolted into the bottom of the case, and then remove the battery management system module because this is the problem element. Scott, my supplier, has shipped a new one and it's on its way to me, hopefully to arrive in a couple of days. Another interesting process, guy thing, but get to take these things apart and figure out just how they all work. And where it's still March, we're in no great rush yet, so happy to have this experience. These, by the way, are the two leads that bolt in across the bars on either side and give a solid electrical connection. Just somewhere in the middle of the module, something failed to be working. Here we are, the new BMS has arrived that we're going to install. Having taken out the previous one here. In order to get this thing back together, we need to first bolt the new BMS back into the box. Folks, the trick here is there's a couple of small bolts that go underneath, and then they have to go through the case. But in order to get those bolts to stay in place until I can get a nut on them, I use an old technique that I've used before to wrap the bolt with a bit of butyl tape, and that'll hold it in the hole, prevent it from falling out while I try to get the head of a screwdriver on it. The beauty of the butyl tape is that it will compress and not interfere with functioning, holding things in place. See if we can line that up. Like a marine surgeon, that's what it feels like. Feels a little better. Might be able to hold it. I may have it. Yes. So we have the BMS securely bolted back into the side of our container box. We're now going to reconnect our fittings, and I did a little softening of the plier ridges with a little bit of red tape so I don't score any of the wiring connections, but gives me a sufficiently firm hand to be able to work these in. Here's one, and here's the other. There. That mission accomplished. Alright, now we need to determine the orientation of the charger. Yes, I know I had to twist it a few times pulling it out. Battery management system module, because this is the problem element. So this is another example where pictures are man's best friend when you're coming to put things back together. Turned around, so it's got to go this way. Those are good and solid. So the charger's bolted back in. Now we want to attach two dongles. Just make sure we get the right orientation. Make sure it's well seated in its spot. Appears to be. This unit is the temperature control. That is our battery monitor. And then we have the Bluetooth. Yeah, so that matches up with what we had before we took it out.